so I can see you. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome. So, early Sunday morning. I'm having a little trouble getting the random picker to work. So, been playing around with that and I was a little bit distracted. So, not sure what's going on with it. And I know the whole purpose of this thing was to do a drawing today. So, something special we're going to actually announce. So I'm playing around with it. So if I'm a little distracted, that's why, because I want to make sure we achieve our objective for today and see if that works. I'm not sure what's going on with it. So put in a couple different videos to see if it would select comments and all that stuff. So I'm just kind of looking around at it and trying to figure it out. But we'll figure it out. You know, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. So maybe I'll get out of it and get back in it and try it again and see what happens. So, but we'll do that in the meantime. So how's everybody today? How's everybody going? I am trying to do a little bit of a different setup today. So trying to figure out how I can see the comments next to where I am. So I'm actually trying to set my phone up so I can see my phone and I can watch it on my phone as well, which I thought would be cool. But I guess I got to turn the volume down. You don't want to hear two of me, right? So, I just thought it'd be something different. It'd be easier for me to read comments and stuff if I could do that. Again, I just got to make sure the sound's off on it and everything else. So, so how's everybody doing on this wonderful, wonderful day on the weekend? Hopefully everybody's having a great Saturday. I know I'm having a great Saturday, with the exception of a little technical difficulties. So I'm going to keep playing around with it. I do, want to make sure that we give away these wonderful prizes, and make sure everything goes good. The thing it is, I've used this thing a couple of times before. I'm not going to say used it a lot, but yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with it. So I'm hoping I can figure it out why we're going on here. So, but we will see. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? So I thought we'd get together today. I know I did one last week. I'm going to try to do more of these. I'm going to try to do one during August, sometime in August or something like that. I may switch over and try to do it during the week. I'm thinking it just may be more convenient, and for other Saturdays are family times. Everybody's busy because I'm on the West Coast too as well. Usually by the time I get up in the morning, a lot of people are already up and out for the day. I don't know what your thoughts on that are or would be. And kind of let me know what you think. I'd like to make sure that we're, I'm doing it in a time where, you guys would like to see it and you could participate and stuff of that nature. And I know I don't do it enough to make it a regular thing. So hey, Taya, how are you? Welcome. So I don't do it enough to make it a regular thing. But I want to try to get to doing it a little bit more, like I say, once a week or something like that there. Not necessarily on a Saturday, maybe more on, I don't know. Well, I'll have to look at a day and see when appropriate time for me. And I'm probably be in the middle of August or something like that. So just because there's other things going on that I have to move around. And but so anyway, I thought we'd get together today. We talk a little bit about our weight, talk about the giveaway. If I can figure out how to get this random picker to work. It's telling me that the URL is not correct that I'm putting in for the YouTube video. So I got to figure that out. So we may or may not. All right. I think I know what I'm doing. I think I know what I did wrong. I should just follow the directions. That would be a lot easier to do that. So, but anyway, I'm sorry, I'm distracted a little bit. So I'm not a technology person. I need Joe from the Weightlifters Geek to come over here, and that didn't work either. So, but I'm working on it. So today, I thought we'd talk a little bit about, and I kind of made a list of things. Talk a little bit about how my weight's going, where I'm at. I'm in my journey, and so yeah. So the giveaways that I'm doing, actually, so Keto Chow sent me some free stuff to try. I've been trying it, but they sent me some other stuff as well. God Rocks, how are you? So I thought I'd just try those again. And they sent me extra stuff, so I thought I'd kind of give that away. So today we're going to do, if I can get the random picker to work, I'm going to have a drawing for the electrolyte tablets. This is going to be for members only electrolyte tablets for this. And then I'm also going to do a drawing for, I got some magnesium drops that I'm going to do as well. And then as well as some fasting drops. So those are the things that I was giving away. Also, I forgot, I got an apron that I'm giving away too. Sorry about that. So, and I'm also giving the apron away. So it's a nice apron. So a company called Bowler sent me 2 aprons. So I thought I'd be nice enough and give one of them away. I have a couple of others as well. So I thought it'd be pretty cool. Hey, Joni, how are you? On your lunch break, that must mean you're working on a Saturday. That's not good. So that's the plan, is to give those things away if I can get this. If I can get the random picker to work. So I did a video on the 15th, and I had talked about it on the 15th, and I told there was a way to sign up. You had to sign up in that video. So you go back to that video. I guess until we draw it, I figured we'd draw one every 10 or 15 minutes or so, 10 minutes or so. We would draw one and just kind of go from there. But I can't get the random picker to work. That's an issue. But so I guess I should have gone through this and made sure it worked. I've used it. It wasn't that long ago. I used it a couple weeks ago, and it seemed to work fine. So, but anyway, I'll figure it out. I'll keep playing around here. Hopefully not too much, but I just don't understand why it's telling me the URL is not right, and I'm putting the right one in. All right. Well, I'll keep doing what it says to do. And it says to me to find a link in there. And I don't want to go on Reddit. That's not what I want to do. Anyway, so it's I'll figure it out. So, oh, so you work a weekend shift from Saturday to Tuesday. That's kind of interesting. I'd like to have 3 days off. I wish I had 3 days off. That would be really helpful for me. So, hey, Six Ontario, how are you? Oh, I know I saw a thing that the UK is going on a 4-day work week. It's a big experiment, and I guess they got a bunch, I don't know, 70 different major companies that are going to participate, and they're going to try it and see how it goes. And they're saying with the labor shortage and everything else, that it would be a big help. I know I'd like that, so I'm not sure my employer would like that. But anyway, that's kind of cool. So, and like I say, well, that random picker has me really dumbfounded why it's not working right. You know, if it was the first time I was using it or anything else, I don't know. I'll figure it out. If I can't, well, I'll have to do it, and I'll have to just kind of let you know. So, what's going on? So, anyway, if you wanted to participate in that giveaway and you wanted to sign up for that giveaway, make sure you go back there and watch that video on the 15th and put in the magic word and all that stuff. Want to see my hat? So, so I do have it goes with the shirt too, right? So they match. So I do have some merchandise, and if you go down in the description, there is some merchandise down there. So if you're interested in it, also that I got some "You Are Awesome" shirts and stuff of that nature. So I have a couple different patterns, but this was just something for me to kind of wear when I go on screen to kind of brand my my YouTube channel, right? So people get used to seeing the logo and get used to seeing me, and so that when they see the logo, they think of my YouTube channel, think of me. Yeah, but yeah. So, but I don't know. Hey, Athena, Seattle Sapphires here. So, hi, Athena. How's everything going? That's all right. You're not late for anything. So, I've been. How's your mom doing? How's everything going with you? So, how's everybody having? Everybody's staying out of the heat. Everybody's cool today. Hopefully, staying in some air conditioned spot if you need it. If not, hopefully you're somewhere where it's cool. So, I will talk a little bit about and just talk a little bit, get into some of the stuff that I just wrote down a couple of notes that things I wanted to kind of talk about. And if you guys have other questions or you have things you want to talk about, let me know as well. And I'm also going to be very distracted. So this picker thing is going to drive me crazy. Because it should just be able to supposed to be able to take the URL, paste it in, say get comments. But it's not. I'm not sure what's going on. So we may or may not be able to do the drawing today. If I can't get this random picker to work, I may have to wait and do it, and I'll just show it, and I'll let everybody know. All right. So Athena is saying that doing okay, but my brother-in-law has been taken to the hospital. Keep my family in prayers. So you can take Athena and pray and give her a little give some prayers and stuff like that for her brother-in-law and for the family. That would be greatly appreciated. So, you know, I know you're going through a tough time over there, so I really feel for you. So, you know, if there's anything I can do for you or anything else, we're not that far apart. So, you know, if there's something that you need a break or something or someone to talk to, you can let me know and we can contact each other and figure out a way to, you know, through phone or through Skype or something. We can talk if that's something you feel that you need. You know, I really feel for you. So, so the seventh son is here. Hello, how are you? Welcome. As well as, I'm not sure how to say your name, so I'm going to show it up on the screen. It's X-Men Gaming. So I'm sorry, I was kind of looking at it weird. So it's X-Men Gaming. So that's pretty easy. I like X-Men. X-Men's are the bomb, right? So anyway, so I'm going to talk about my weight. So I do have, so for those that are new and don't know a little bit about my history, I started doing keto, low carb back in October of 2017. So I'm coming up on 5 years in a few more months. And so I got my 5-year anniversary coming up in October. Actually, for the 5-year anniversary, there's KetoCon is in Las Vegas, October. I think it's like the 12th through the 14th, or the 14th through the 15th, or something like that. It's that weekend, right around that time. So we're going to go out for that conference right now. That's the plan anyway. That plans always change, right? So, so we're going to do that for our 5-year anniversary. I've never been to a conference. I know Athena's been to a few of them. I've watched a couple live, the seminars and stuff like that from the conferences. So I'd kind of like to go and participate and kind of walk around and see all the cool stuff and all the not so cool stuff and meet some of the folks that I see online all the time. Maybe do some meet and greets. I know Tom Garvey lives in Las Vegas, so him and I had talked about going out there and getting together when I'm out there. Athena, if you decide to come out for it, that would be great to get together then with you, and maybe we could have a small gathering or a small meetup group or something like that. And it's great to get together with some kind of like-minded people that that can support each other and talk and just have a good time. So that's kind of the plan that we're going to do for my 5-year anniversary coming up. And that's like, I think it's October 12th or 14th weekend. I'd have to go back and look at a calendar right now, but that's our plan to do that. It'll be a good time, I'm sure. I'm kind of hoping that we can figure out a way to get some discount tickets too as well. We'll see. So I have some ins. I think I have some ins that may help me with that. And anyway, so I started on October. I go to the doctors pretty regularly for my physicals. My doctor was having me come in every 6 months because I was in not the best of health. I was considered morbidly obese. And then I was also pre-diabetic. And I guess the thing it is that you're either diabetic or you're not. So, I guess I was diabetic, but not severely diabetic, type 2 diabetes. And then also high blood pressure, high cholesterol, you name it. And he said, he was the one that first he suggested to do a Mediterranean diet. And to me, I kind of looked at it and I kind of played around with it. And it was something that I didn't think that it was for me. It was something I don't think I could sustain and do. I went back to the next visit, and he said, "Hey, listen, you're really going to do something." He says, "I suggest you go and do some keto. Really look it out. I think that's probably more easier for you to do, and it help you lose weight pretty fast and get into shape and all that good stuff, and also start exercising." So I did that. I looked into it, and hey, Triple Threat, how are you? Uh, so so that was kind of cool. And so he's the one that got me started in it. My doctor was the one that got me started in it. So it was kind of cool. And from there, I managed to I went from about 240 down to 190 in about 6 months. So that was really great. And then I kind of stayed there. And because he told me, oh, I was doing great. The 2 diabetes had gone away. My blood pressure was perfect. My cholesterol was still high. So he still was watching that. And he just kind of had said that, you just got to to continue to do it. And then last summer, when I went back I think it was in March or April of last year, he said, "Hey, you're doing great. It would really be nice if you could drop another 10 pounds." So that was my task last year, was to drop another 10 pounds. And I don't know about you guys, but once you get close to your goal, it's hard to drop more weight. So, but I did, I started doing, so I did start doing it. I switched over to total carbs, and I was generally losing and I did 20 total carbs. So I was generally losing about half a pound a week. So it was pretty good, pretty consistently. And then I decided to step it up a little bit. So, hey, RV there yet? Donnie and Sammy, how are you guys? Um, so, so so I'm reading the comments. Sorry. So, I'm not a multitasker, so that's something I got to work on. I'm old, so could you give me the time to adjust? So anyway, so I lost the weight, and he said, lose another 10 pounds. So I was losing it very slowly, and I had watched a couple of different channels, and one of them was Gina Greta, and she had and there was a couple of others. She was one of the bigger ones that influenced me. So, and she kind of said, hey, we had kind of chatted back and forth, and she said, you should start incorporating protein sparing modifying into your routine. So I said, yeah, I kind of watched, I think it was Harry and Wendy over in Loving on a keto as well. They were doing it as well. So I had decided, well, I'm gonna give it a shot. Do it. I'm going to incorporate it 3 times a week. I'll do it on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I did. And I dropped the weight throughout the summer. I dropped every week, and I got down to the 180 mark. And then I've kind of been maintaining that 180. And there's no way in the world you're going to maintain 180, or any weight, really. You're going to fluctuate up or down, and you're going to go through it every week. So I weigh myself every Friday. I do track it. I do have a plus or minus, what I'm going to say, 5 pounds in my diet. So I do that, and I track it every week, so that if I'm going up, and I'm just consistently going up, and I'm getting close up to that 185 mark, I know that I need to kind of watch what I'm eating, and then I kind of change my eating for the next couple of weeks just to kind of bring it down. And that's just kind of what I've been doing. And I've been pretty successful in it. So my weight this week was 181.6. Now, last week was 180.6. So I'm up a pound from last week. But then again, the week before that, I was 183.8. So I'm down overall from that. So again, you're going to fluctuate, and there's no way in the world you're going to be able to maintain one weight, right? So, 150 degrees. Wow. So I'm going to show you this just because. So RV there yet. So Donnie and Sammy are saying that it's 150 degrees where they are. Wow. I can't imagine that. I consider myself very, very fortunate because, in 2013, I had to change jobs, and I was changing jobs. So I was looking around. My wife and I had decided, well, we're going to do something different. So we started looking around. I got a job offer in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania from Tyco Industries. Then I got a job offer out here in California from Parker Hannifin Aerospace Company. And they had flew us out. Of course, they flew us out, and we had spent a couple of days out here. We, they're flying us out and paying for the flights and the hotel for the first day or two. So we kind of said we would spend the weekend, and it was actually beautiful. We kind of talked to some folks, and that was probably in September or I guess it was October, November timeframe. Then we moved out here at the end of December. And I got to tell you that this place, because we're Ventura County, Ventura, California, and I've been out to California a bunch of times for work and stuff like that. And I had been out to Rancho Cucamonga, and I had been down to Santa Ana, and I had been out to Edwards Air Force Base out in Palmdale. And, to me, my thought of California was it was pretty brown, dry, and, not the place that I wanted to be. When we came out here, we're right next to the ocean. We're about halfway between LA and Santa Barbara. And I will tell you that it's pretty much year-round 70-degree weather here. So this area is famous for their strawberries because we're mild winters and mild summers. So today is going to be 76 here today. So pretty cool. So it's pretty cool. It's a nice place. It's a nice place to be, to kind of get away from it. Everybody from LA and the Inland Empire, they all come over this way to get out of the heat because it gets really, really hot out there, right? All the people out in Palmdale, Lancaster, and they all headed to the beach over here. So beautiful beaches here too. And to be honest with you, it's one of those areas where there's not a lot of people that come up here because they all go to Malibu and they all go down to the LA beaches or all those places. Hermosa Beach and Newport Beach. And I said I was watching a video a little while ago, and there was a travel vlogger, that he was talking about Ventura. Ventura was the hidden gem of California because it's really got the old town feeling, and it's still like a 1950s downtown area where it's not all overrun by tourists and all that stuff. And yeah, so where are you from in California? So where did you grow up in California? So it's interesting because I'm not too far from retirement, and we're thinking about, when we do retire, about moving somewhere else. So, but I don't know about Arizona. It's hot. Maybe Flagstaff or something like that would be. But I'm not sure. So anyway, I went off on that whole tangent. But so I'm maintaining my weight, and I think I'm doing okay. I would like to drop a little weight. I am part of a beast mode challenge this month. So there's a channel out there called Derek's Journey. If you haven't connected with them, some of you have been. I know Athena's been part of it. I don't know if anybody else has. It's a great community. I say they work well together, I guess you want to call it. They're pretty well connected. A lot of them are friends and become, more than just YouTube subscribers, right, or community. So, so we are doing that this month. And it's basically, and I kind of just joined it just because of the fact that I just kind of thought it'd help push me a little bit to get below. I want to get below the 180 mark, and I'd kind of like to be on that, 180 to 175 mark, somewhere in there. But I'm working on it. So, I'll get there. I'm in no rush. I'm doing well. The doctor thinks I'm doing great. So, okay, Pasadena. So the seventh son is you're out here too as well. Oh, so there's more people out here than not. So Actually, Pasadena, Athena, they are not too far from Pasadena, I don't think. A little beyond that, but I don't think you're very far from there. So, yeah, in Arizona. So Donnie and Sammy are saying they're from Washington State. Her husband's from Arizona. 34 years in the military. Wow. So they're up in the Penobscot Valley, which is perfect year-round weather. So, okay, so they're down in Sun City for the season, just to help out with their elderly parents. So good for you. I think it's really good. I know my dad. My dad is 99 years old. In May, he turned 99, and he's actually living with my brother, and he's doing pretty good. So triple threat. You're from Southern Georgia. So Southern Georgia is actually one of the spots where we kind of talked a little bit about and started looking around a little bit about when we retire, maybe moving to Southern Georgia, maybe close to the Florida border, either in Florida or maybe just north of Florida into Georgia, somewhere up in that area. We kind of thought that might be a good place to retire, but I'm not sure because it's the heat and the muggy summers. And yeah, Flagstaff, Arizona, they say is nice. I've never been there, so this next 2 or 3 years, we're going to do a little traveling around, and I think try to do and check out some different places and stuff. Yeah, so I'm in my 60s too. So so Donnie and Sammy are saying they're 57 and 61. No spring chickens anymore. Yeah, I feel that, but I got to tell you, I'm in my 60s and I feel great, and I feel very energized and very enthusiastic. I think I'm going to be honest with you now, and you do what you have to do for you, but for me, when I went keto, low carb lifestyle, it actually gave me a lot of energy, and it has made me feel younger than I've felt in a long time. So, so Donnie and Sam are saying swamp life in Florida, our experience. So, but Flagstaff and Penobscot is amazing. So, we're gonna have to go down there and check it out. So, that's only a drive. Maybe we go down for a weekend or something like that and hang out for a weekend and stuff. I know I have a cousin that their RV. He lives in his RV as well. He's been doing it for over 10 years. His goal was to travel to all 50 states. He's been to all 50 states as of last year. He was here in California last year. We got together. It was probably, I'm going to say, in October, first part of November timeframe. He was coming down. He had gone up and spent the summer up in North Dakota and South Dakota and some other areas like that. And but I know he drove all the way up to Alaska and all that stuff too. And so he's been doing it a long time. He's been retired and doing it. So, and he loves it. So, but he generally winters somewhere in the South, Florida, Texas, Arizona, and this past year when he passed through Texas, he went down to Arizona and he spent the summer in somewhere just outside of Scottsdale. I guess there's a big RV park with all kinds of activities and stuff like that. So, yes, that's a really good thing. So thank you for your service. I guess it'd be Donnie, right? So that's really truly is great. So God bless you for keeping us free and safe. So, but I want to thank you so much for saying that. So so that's just a really nice compliment. I really, really appreciate it. Again, everybody has to do, I had to laugh because I was watching somebody the other day and they were talking about I don't know whether it was because I do watch a lot of um, other channels. Some of them are really good. I enjoy watching them. Some, but I really do. I do watch some other keto folks just because I like to learn from them or see what they're doing and compare it to what I'm doing and see if I'm crazy or if, we're all doing kind of the same thing or what are So I don't know whether it was Two Crazy Ketos or who it was or Steve over Serious Keto. But they were talking a little bit about how keto is just really a metabolic state. It's not really a diet. So it's whatever the diet you do to get you into ketosis, because that's what keto is ketosis. So it doesn't. There is no such thing as a diet. Keto diet. A keto diet is just a diet that gets you into a metabolic state of ketosis, right? So it could be anything. So whatever doesn't affect your blood sugar or it allows you to get into that state, that would be great. That's really what it is. So if so no one way or one rule gets you into that state. So uh, I'm still playing with this picker and I can't figure it out for the life of me. Well, looks like I'm going to have to play around with this later and the picker and pick them, and I will let you know. Um, I'll have to get a hold of you later and let you know if you won or not. So I can't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Um, exercise too. I got to tell you. So one more thing about Derek. Derek, I said talked up a little bit about Derek, and he's doing that beast mode challenge this month. Next month, I'm looking at my notes. So next month, Eric is doing a step challenge. So I've already signed up. You have to be signed up by, I think it's the 30th, the 29th, I guess it is. And all you got to do is go over to Derek's Journey. And I think it's Derek's Journey 2020.gmail, I believe it is. I sent him an email today. And what it does is they take a bunch of folks. Last time we had 80 people to get into it together. So seventh season says he's 56. So none of us are young guys anymore. So, you know, but anyway, so he's doing that step challenge. It's a great way to meet other folks. Last time, I think we had like 80 people in it. I think the most we've had in it is 86. So if you're a content creator and you'd like to get out and motivated, it's a great way to meet other folks that are motivated. A lot of them are just into doing the steps. Some are doing keto, some are doing low carb, some are doing Weight Watchers, some are doing whatever they are. Some people are just doing it just because it's helping to motivate them just to get out and do some walking and some stepping and not necessarily doing any kind of particular diet. But it's a great way to connect and meet other folks. Really great way to make new friends in the community. Like I said, and many of them become lifelong friends as well. So go over there and check out Derek's Journey. I might see if I can get a link for it. Let's see if I can go down here. Derek is actually doing right now. He's doing the 75 hard. So, so if you're interested in seeing somebody do that, I got to tell you, that's a pretty hard, rigorous thing to do. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to share the link. So if you'd like to join the step challenge, here is the link to go look at the video. Again, it helps me get out, and it's not about taking 20,000 steps a day or anything else. It's just to help meet you. The only one you really compete against is yourself. So, if you get out and you take, 2,000 steps a day, then how do I get out and take 3,000 steps tomorrow? And again, they take these people and we all break into teams. And generally there's 10 teams. I think that's the plan this time, is to have 10 teams. And then you're broken into a small group. There's a team captain. That team captain collects the information from you every Friday or Saturday. And then they tally up how many total steps the team has taken. And then from that, they, then they just kind of compete, a little friendly competition and all that stuff, so it's just kind of a fun way to get out there and to get your steps. And again, it's a great way. So it's just a great way to get out there and get steps and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and do that. So it really, really be greatly appreciated. I'm going to do it. So I don't know, Athena, if you're doing it this month or not. So over at Seattle Sapphire. So here is, let's see, there's others that I follow on Instagram that do meal prepping. Yeah, and with the veggies, that's what throws me off. So many would say no veggies except green leafy vegetables and no fruit. So I do the way I do it. I mean, I stay within my macros, and that's the only thing I would say is stay within your macros. So I generally eat one vegetable for at least one meal a day. If sometimes I'll have a salad, right? So then I'll have two, right? But generally for my dinner, I generally eat some kind of a vegetable. And I generally do eat some kind of a berry. So I eat raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, strawberries. So I get them fresh here. We grow them year round in this area. So they're really easy to get. There's a lot of roadside stands down here. So as long as I'm staying with my macros, it just means that I do eat vegetables that are basically on the low carb list. But if you look at it, there's probably 20 vegetables or more that are on that low carb list, right? So broccoli, I love broccoli. I love Brussels sprouts. I love asparagus. I love cauliflower. I'm not such a big fan of. It's okay, but not one of my favorites. So I wouldn't go to I love green beans. I love, there's just a bunch of them that are on that bok choy. For you that don't know, or if you ever come on my premiere, you'll see some of the, and it's actually middle of the night over there now. I do get some views, quite a few views from the Philippines because my wife is Filipino. So we get quite a few views from over there as well. So, and I do talk to some folks over there. Believe it or not, they have a pretty big keto culture in the Philippines, even though that they're Asians and the rice is life for them. But there's a lot of them that have decided to be healthier versus that. So anyway, so I do get quite a bit of support from those folks over there, and they're very, very super, super supportive, great folks in that part of the world. So I did spend, for my work, I spent about 4 years floating around Asia, China, Taiwan, and South Korea, and all that stuff. I worked in the aerospace industry my whole life. So at the time I was covering suppliers, and I was working over in Asia, doing a lot of traveling in Asia. I think I've just been about everywhere in China, and there isn't many places I haven't been. So learned about Yeah. So again, I do track macros and I do, so, again, I do total carbs as well. So again, half a cup of broccoli is 5 carbs. So I just make sure I stay within my macros, right? So, and I know a lot of folks that follow Dr. Westman's page 4 or whatever. I'm not real familiar with it. Uh, um, yeah. So, and again, so just gotta kind of watch what you're eating, and to me anyway. So berries they do have low sugar. Um, and the green thing, I eat a lot of spinach as well. You'll see me salads and stuff of that nature. You'll see me use a lot of spinach and stuff of that nature, just because the spinach is one of my favorites. Um, I know there's other people that say that. I'm trying to think what they were talking about. They're saying the green leafy vegetables. You have to be. That's okay. No, no, don't worry about the typos. I'm the king of the typos. um, and but anyway, um, so that's kind of where we are. Hey, if you'd like to do that step challenge, it's like I said, it's a great way just to kind of get you motivated. Everybody kind of pushes each other on. Um, uh, so it's kind of a cool way of doing that. So, but the other thing I do want to do is I want to give a shout out to one of my channel members. So the membership is out there. So if you're ever interested in joining, that's purely and simply up to you. But this person has been on my channel before, and I consider her a friend. So not just somebody that's out there, but so I know a lot of you follow her as well. Oop. Hold on, I'm hoping I get that right. So Misty, she's been on the channel before, and I don't know whether you've seen her or watch her or follow her or not. Good person, very, very friendly, super, super friendly. She's living in the Houston, Texas area. She's been on my channel before. She's lost over 130 pounds. So she's she's the type of person that loves to chat and talk, and she's one of those people that you get to know personally, and is somebody that you'd probably connect with more than just on YouTube. I know she connects with a lot of folks in the group, in her group anyway. Beyond that, through other stuff. So so Athena is talking about, she traveled to Cambodia and Vietnam. I've never been to Cambodia or Vietnam. We did, like I said, we were sourcing work and moving work from other countries, and so we were in China and South Korea and Taiwan was our main ones. So those were the main ones. I never got to go to Vietnam. We had talked about Vietnam. There's a lot of restrictions around putting aerospace stuff into Vietnam. A lot of going through a Department of Commerce and stuff like that. So it was kind of a little hesitant to doing that. So, but when I got remarried, it was time to stop traveling and settle down. And hey, so go over there and do me a favor. Please go over there and check out Misty's channel. Show her some love. She's trying to grow the channel a little bit. She's doing good. She's getting a couple new people every day, it seems like. So go out there and check it out. A couple of other things that I do have on my list that I just kind of want to mention. So I did start taking, and I don't know if anybody, let me know if anybody else is taking this, Harry and Wendy over at Loving It on Keto have been taking this MSM Pure, so I started taking it. So I just started this week. I will tell you, it's a little bit bitter to take at first. I don't know. Is anybody else taking any of this? If you ever tried it before, I know my wife took it and she didn't care for it. Now it's supposed to help with skin and elasticity and all kinds of other stuff. So it's supposed to act really well and really work well with collagen. So if you're taking collagen, this is just like it amplifies the effect of it, so that supposedly it will reduce your wrinkles by about 40%, and there's all kinds of claims about it. So it's and it's supposed to be, you're supposed to use the coarse flakes from what I read. So let me know if you guys take it, and if so, how long you've been taking it and whether you think it's effective or not. So I just started taking it this past week. I put it in my coffee. It is a little bit bitter. But then again, I've been taking those daily minerals from Keto Chow as well, and those have been a little bit bitter as well. So anyway, but I just kind of thought it'd be good, and as I get older, I'd like to get rid of some of the wrinkles on my foreheads, I guess, I don't know, but definitely some loose skin here and there that I thought I would try to get rid of, see if it would help. The other thing too is I think I would, it sounds like really good stuff. So actually Harry and Wendy, so they're both, I think they're both in their late 60s. And they were talking actually about their gray hair is going away. So Wendy had talked about she went to a hairdresser, and her hairdresser wanted to know if someone else was touching up her hair or something, or she was doing something different because her roots were coming in black again. And then Harry, he's got a little goatee, and his goatee is gray, but it's starting to turn black in it. So I'm thinking, maybe I'll try it and see. Maybe it'll help me grow some hair in my head. I don't know. I guess that's probably being a little bit, I don't know. So all right. So Steve went over and subscribed to Misty. Thank you, Steve, so much. That was so great to you. Hopefully you guys, and what I find really helpful is if people after the live stream, if you go down and make a comment in the comment section, and if you guys connect with each other through those comments, because if you make a comment there, you can go look at other people's pages that made comments, or you can comment on their, and then you can connect that way. I know that when the live streams are generally over, the live stream itself, the conversation is gone. So you can't see who is in it, and you can't see the people and all that stuff. So, we would all love to grow our channels a little bit, and, yeah. So I do take, what do you take? I'm not sure what the enzymes are, but I don't take any enzymes. I take a I take a probiotic, not a prebiotic. So, and I probably should, but that would be kind of cool to do. So, again, I truly believe that gut health is probably the most important thing that you have in your life, because that's how you digest all your foods and stuff. So, the other thing I wanted to talk about on my notes was that Keto Chow, and I don't know how many of you use Keto Chow, but Keto Chow actually on August 1st is raising their prices a little bit, just because of the cost of everything else that they're getting is going up. So they're having to raise their prices to reflect it. it's not a huge percentage, but I think like the single packs that are $5 are going up to like $5.50. I'm not sure about the big packs. I forget what the price is off the top of my head, but they are raising their prices. So you buy Keto Chow and you wanted to do it, then oh, thank you so much. So and she will connect back with you too. I'm sure she will. So, and she's, like I say, she's a great person, really, really super, super friendly. Misty's a wonderful person. So, like I said, she's been on my channel before. I'd love to have her back. So if she's ever gets a chance to come back, she's kind of went, like I said, she's lost that 130 pounds. And since then, she's kind of really started getting into the fitness side, just because when you lose that much weight, you have a lot more energy and you can move so much more. So now you can all of a sudden start doing some of that stuff, right? Yeah. So, yeah, the only thing that they make lactose free, well, they make the minerals and stuff like that, but the spicy, what do they call it? The savory flavors are not. I don't think they have, with the exception of maybe the tomato one. They don't have, but all the rest of them are based off of milk solids, right? So they use a milk protein. So I would suggest that if that's the case, Athena, that maybe you look at a protein powder that doesn't have any milk solids in it or anything else, and see if you can find one, because really that's what it is. It's kind of a protein. It's a meal replacement, but it's a protein. And I know a lot of times if it has Keto Chow in the recipe and you don't have Keto Chow or don't want to go buy it, you can substitute it and you can use, you can keep doing that. So Keto Chow does do a live stream every day during the week, and one night a week. They do a live streams and talk a little bit about what's going on, answer questions and stuff of that nature. I know that they're having issues, believe it or not, they're having issues with supply chain issues as well, getting materials to make stuff. So they started making that blueberry pie flavor, and they've had to cut the order in half because they couldn't get enough product to make it. So they're hoping to get more, but the way of the world is today with all the supply chain issues, it's hard to get stuff. So, but if you do Keto Chow, and then if you would like to get some, I think I'm going to go in and replace an order myself probably this week for some stuff. I also want to they have a really nice water bottle that I want to get for work and stuff of that nature. So I think I'm going to go in and place an order myself this week before the prices go up, and get some stuff in. I really like the raspberry ones. I like the pina colada. I made some pina colada ice cream this past week. That was really, really good. That was my first time trying the pina colada. So that's kind of where we're at with that. So it's something you may want to think about if you're doing it. So the other thing too was that we actually, and I can't get this picker to do, so I'm sorry. I'm going to have to figure this thing out off camera, and then I will let people know. I will go back to that email and let people know if they want or not. So, because I can't get the random picker to work, I may have to use a different one, but I'll figure it out. So, but I'm not going to be able to do it during this live stream. So, which was the intent of the live stream. So Sandy's here. Hi, Sandy from Pennsylvania. So how's everything in Pennsylvania today? I know most of my family is in New England. So, my brother, I shouldn't say, I have a brother in San Antonio, and I have another brother that's in Connecticut. And then I have, my kids are either in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, or Connecticut. So, and then I got a lot of family, because my mother and father are originally from Maine. So a lot of cousins in Maine. So my parents used to have a place in Maine. So we used to spend our summers there. The day after school got out, we took off to go to Maine. It was on a lake, and we'd go spend our summers on the lake in Maine. And then 2 days before school started, we would head home to get things situated. So, and then my poor father had to drive back and forth almost every weekend. So hot and humid, 96. Yeah, my father was saying they were having bad thunderstorms there yesterday. So. But yeah, so it's so I am going to go up, and I'm going to place an order for Keto Chow. Like I said, the prices are going to go up, so I'm just trying to get ahead on it. And I'll get a little bit that will last me a little while, and I'll wait and I'll see if they have a sale. Like hopefully the Labor Day weekend, maybe they'll have a sale or something like that. I do really like I've been using their electrolyte drops, and if you haven't tried them yet, I really like them. So I'm actually putting them in a little bit in my water. Then I put a little bit of lemon juice in the water, and I'm really, really liking it. So I'm doing that every day instead of the Perfect Keto. Although I really like the Perfect Keto as well, but and I don't know whether it works out to be any cheaper or not. So I did want to also mention some things that I got coming up that I've been working on. I am still working on. Hey, Christy Davis is here. So how are you? So I have been working on some other stuff too. I got some recipes coming up. I actually. Oh, okay. She's saying to try the subscription box. It's the best value. So I'm going to do that so I can set up and get it. So every month I can get a box, and I probably do the mystery box just because of the fact that I kind of like the variety and trying to get different things to see how it goes. And I like to try new things, new flavors that I haven't tried. And I don't think I've tried every flavor. I've tried almost all of them, but not quite all of them. And I think this last time I went in, I placed an order a couple months, I would say about a month ago. It was a bunch of flavors that I hadn't tried. So like the pina colada I got and some other ones I had gotten. So, and then again, of course, there are seasonal ones that are not, some of them are not available right now. So, we'll see. I really, really do like the drops right now. I'm enjoying that, as well as I do take the daily minerals every day. I put that in my coffee in the morning. I'm not going to say it took me a little while to get used to it because it's not the best tasting. And I know Dr. Barry's wife said that that his wife said it tastes like ass. So 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 it does take a little bit of getting used to. So I'm still just putting a little teaspoon in and no more. So now I'm putting that and the MSM together in it, and it's a little bit bitter. So, but actually I'm getting used to it now because I've done doing it for a week now, and the daily minerals I've been doing for, I don't know, pretty close to a month. So, but yeah, so I'm really liking it. So other things coming up. So this weekend we're actually for Amazon Prime Day, I bought a sous vide cooker. So, we're going to play with that this weekend. We actually took a sirloin tip roast, and we started marinating it. We put a rub on it with oil and stuff like that. We're marinating it, and that's in the refrigerator marinating now. And today we're going to actually hook up the sous vide cooker. And I got to tell you that Anita over a Ketogenic Woman was one that I was watching that was cooking with this. And then I saw the Two Crazy Ketos using it. And then I saw Steve a Serious Keto using it. And so I said, oh, I got to get one of these and try it. Right. So we bought one for Prime Day. It was a good deal. It was the Instapot. It was like $60 or something like that. So we said we get it. And then we got a little thing to hold it. So we're going to give that a try this weekend. And if, like Anita says, that it takes the cheap cut of meat and makes it really, really yummy, really tender and juicy, which I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that I'm hoping that does. So here's my little sous vide setup. So we will be filling this thing up with water. We are going to cook the meat for 24 hours at 135 degrees. So the viewers that don't know what sous vide cooking is, it's sous vide. It means under pressure, I guess. It's French for under pressure. That's what I'm told. I don't know, but that's what I was told. And so what it is you're cooking steak or meat or vegetables or fish or anything in a water bath, and the water keeps the pressure around the meat or whatever you're cooking. So all the juices and everything else stay in the meat or in the vegetables or in the fish or whatever you're cooking. And it helps, how do I say this? like the fat in the meat actually caramelizes it and really makes it so it's tender and juicy and stuff of that nature. So so you're cooking it at a low temperature for a very long time. So again, we're going to cook this cut of meat. We're going to cook for 24 hours at 135 degrees in a water bath. So that's what it is. And what I didn't realize until I was looking at a little bit, a lot of the restaurants, I guess, like when you go to Texas Roadhouse or you go to other places, I guess they sous vide the meats and stuff like that, because then they can cook the meats for a long period of time. And then when you go in and you say you want a steak and you want a medium, they just go pull it out of the sous vide cooker and then they just brown the tops, and it takes them 10 minutes to cook it that way versus, longer time to cook it on a grill. And then it's always perfect, right? So they'll have a bunch of steaks in a sous vide cooker for, this temperature, and then they'll have a bunch of this temperature and a bunch of this temperature. And I guess you can leave them fully immersed for days, 2 or 3 days. So, yeah. Oh, cool. So you're having a birthday cheesecake. So happy birthday to Dan, I mean. Oh, boy. So I'd sing him happy birthday if I had a voice that I could sing, but I don't want people to jump off. So that's part of our plan. And we're working on a video for that. We've already started making the video. We did the first part of the video. So today's part of the video will be setting up the water bath and getting that going. And then, of course, tomorrow, about lunchtime tomorrow, actually probably be dinner time tomorrow, we'll take it out and we'll cut it all up, and maybe we'll throw in some vegetables with it as well. So I'm really excited too, because of the fact that they were talking about chicken and how you can just take the chicken, season it. I can put it in a bag. I have some silicone bags I bought. I could throw it in there and then leave it for an hour, come back in an hour, and then I can eat it, and it will be really. They talked about how nice and fresh it was, and how juicy the chicken breast stays, and it doesn't dry out like on a normal grill or anything else. So yes, my favorite always. It's tomorrow. Well, hopefully he has a great birthday. Hopefully you really enjoy the day. So it sounds like he's got off to a great start if you're making a nice cheesecake for him. So that's one of my favorites. That's one thing I would ask too as well, because I have not done a lot of cooking for some reason. People are much more interested in what I eat in a day versus cooking. So I've tried to incorporate the cooking into some of the videos, but it seems like people have been much more interested in what I eat in a day than the cooking. So I'm going to try to incorporate the two kind of together along with some other grocery hauls. So, I'll see how that goes. So, so far it has gone pretty well, I think. I would ask you guys that. And then again, what kind of foods would you like to see eaten? I know I was cooking a lot of desserts and a lot of treats and stuff of that nature, but I want to try to get more into the cooking the main course meals and stuff of that nature too. And I've been doing a little bit more of that. So again, trying to do 1 or 2 of the what I eat in a days, and then a couple of do a cooking one and stuff like that. But it's just kind of limited for time and everything else. So, but anyway. Hey, we've been over here over an hour. I am going to have to go back and use this random picker because I can't get it to work. It's not functioning for me. I guess I should have. That was my fault. I'm sorry. I apologize. I should have played around with it before, but I've used it before a couple of times. Never had issues or problems with it, so I don't understand what I'm having an issue with it now. And then I'll have to let the winners know. I'll go back and comment on the videos on the 15th of video of that day of you're a winner. And then you're going to have to email me your personal information. Do not respond to anybody that gives you and says you're a winner, and contact me through the What Up app or any of that stuff, because that's all spam, that's fake stuff. Hopefully everybody's smart enough to realize that. So, don't fall for that. So I would ask that if you're a winner, I'm going to tell you to go down in the description and look for the email and contact me through my email. And all it is Alan's Awesome Keto World at gmail.com. So, and if there's anything I can help anybody with, that is the email. So if you have questions or there's any way that you want to converse or talk or anything I can help you with, that's the best way to get a hold of me. I do go in there and check it every day. I shouldn't say I go in there almost every day and check it. I got to tell you, to be honest with you, there's some days where my life is very, very hectic. And, again, we're shorthanded at work. We're having supply chain issues like everybody else. Again, I work in the aerospace industry, and you'd be surprised what we're having issues with washers. We can't get washers. They're special, what they call compression washers that are made, and we're having trouble getting those. And so it's causing us to shut the lines down because we can't get these washers. So we're starting to get some in. We got some in this week. We got some more coming in next week. We actually have a small machine shop where I work, and we're actually making them in-house right now because the supplier can't seem to deliver them. So we're also looking for another supplier. And we're working on qualifications to that supplier, because in the aerospace they have to be qualified, right? So, so we're working on that. But things, so they kind of come and go. So it's just kind of a life's issues, right? So. Do I ever do any crock pot recipes? So Christy's asking, do I ever do any crock pot recipes? I have not really. We have a crock pot, and we used to use it quite a bit, and we haven't used it in a long time. So that's something to look at and think about. So yeah, maybe I'll look at that and I'll kind of play around with it a little bit. Because again, it's kind of like the sous vide thing, where you could just kind of prep it, throw it in there, let it cook, and then then you're ready to go and later on. So and generally, depending on, like, if it's a steak, at 3 or 4 hours, so you can go in and you throw it in at lunchtime, at dinner time, it's ready to go. There's not a lot of work to it. You just throw it in the water, throw it in a bag, throw it in the water, and then just let it sit there, right? So. And kind of the Instapots are the same thing. So, but yeah. Yeah, I think people are much more interested in what I eat in a day. And I don't know why, but I think I eat a lot of the same stuff a day. So I'm hoping I'm not boring. So that's my problem, is I think that, you see me make my coffee every day. I do vary it a little bit. But I guess it gives you an opportunity to see if you're doing keto, or if you're doing keto, other things that you can eat. So I know for me, I've been doing this a long time. So for me, I've found pretty much, and I'm sure most of you have too as well. And I love that you share things with me, because of the fact it gives me ideas on things that I can do, right? So like the Instapot and stuff. So so just like to explore new ideas and try new things. And again, like, my wife is Filipino, so we actually have taken some of the Filipino foods and converted them to keto, and doing that for me, right? So she will still eat one version, because she's not keto, and I'll eat the keto version. So again, and some of it's really good. So I don't know if you've ever eaten pancit before, or if you've eaten tocino before, or if you've eaten lumpia before. Man, those things are really, really good. So, and I enjoy trying new things and new foods and stuff like that. And they got some amazing desserts, like the panda sol breads are breakfast breads, and just tons and tons of stuff. So, and I don't know if anybody sees that. You see Philly Nut Hunters, Philly Hunters. They're all over Instagram and stuff now. And the Philly nuts are only grown in the Philippines, in Bacal. I'm not sure I'm saying that right, but and it's just they're the lowest carb nut out there. They're even lower carb than the macadamia nuts, but they're hard to get because they only come from one region of the world. And but he's actually figured out a way to get them out, and he's selling them. He's made a huge business out of it, and his wife is Filipino and all that stuff as well too. But anyway, so Christy, I have two tiny kids, so I'm always looking for simple meals. Yeah, working during the week, my wife and I both work during the week, so we're always looking for simple meals as well. We do a lot of our cooking on the weekends, right? So that's what we'll have a big meal on Saturday night, and we'll have a big meal on Sunday night. And generally, so we'll have at least one meal tonight. We'll have at least one meal now, either for Monday or Tuesday, additional meal, and sometimes two times. And then tomorrow will be like 2 days as well, 1 or 2 days as well besides. So, and it's just kind of, it's easier during the week when you come home and, you're both worked and you're tired and you don't want to make a big meal. Then it's just easy to throw it on a plate, heat it up, sit down, and you have a nice meal. And then you don't have a ton of dishes to do too as well. So, yeah. So some of the other comments here. So again, great opportunity, great idea to talk about connecting with your church and stuff of that, because I find that churches generally will help, whether it be for just general food or possibly cooked meals and stuff like that, where they can help you contact the right folks to do that. So great suggestion, great idea. So again, so Dan and Sammy are asking, what they meant was people look compared to what they eat, and so the amounts and such. How long have you been doing it? So I've been doing it, like I said, I've been doing this. I started my keto journey in October of 2017. So I've been doing this almost 5 years, about 4 years and 4.5 years. I'm going to say 4.5 years, right? So hopefully, like I said, when our 5-year anniversary comes up in October, we're going to go. The plan is to go to KetoCon. Hopefully I get to meet some folks. I think Chris and Miriam from Keto Chow are going to be there, as well as Lynn and some other folks from the Keto Chow family. And I'm hoping that like the Two Crazy Ketos will be there, and some other folks will be there that I'm hoping to meet in person. Just because how do you say, they inspire me. They help me along my journey, give me a lot of great ideas. I'm nowhere near like Chris Bear's level of scientific knowledge or experience as, but I've been doing this for about 5 years. So like I said, for me anyway, I think I've been pretty successful at it. I've had my ups and downs, and everybody's going to have their ups and downs. So, but the question is like, I know we went on vacation last year. We went to Hawaii just because it was so cheap to go. So we said, well, this is our chance to go. So we went, and I did. I put on like 8 pounds while we were there that week. But you know what? Within 3 weeks, I had lost the 8 pounds plus some weight. So you just jump on the train, back on that train, and get back on it. And I don't think I ate terribly while I was there. It was just a matter, we did drink, and we did, we enjoyed some of the island drinks and stuff of that nature that are pretty sugary and pretty high in carbs. But the food wise, I think I stayed pretty good. So, yeah, I know my videos are rather long, and I know that's one of the things I need to work on. I need to learn to do a better job editing, and I know I need to figure out how to put music in it and do fast forwarding so that I can fly through the videos a little bit faster. So Uh, yeah, so I'm really hoping that the sous vide cooker works well. So like I say, I know um, I saw Joe over at Two Crazy Ketos using it as well, and he uses it all the time. um, but yeah, I'm really hoping that it works well. Yeah, and again, I'm really hoping. So, like I said, I can season some chicken breast, and it looks like to me like the chicken breast go in for an hour. So it's something that I could season the night before, and I can put in one of the silicone bags and put it in the refrigerator. Then when I get home from work, I start my sous vide cooker up. I could throw the chicken breast in there, enough for maybe 2 days, and then I have it. And I am doing some protein sparing modifying days right now. Um, I'm just doing them 1 day a week. I just kind of thought it'd be something interesting to do. So I am been doing that. So I'm hoping that that would be really good for those protein sparing modifying days. It will give me a better variety of food to choose from when you're doing protein sparing modifying days. So yeah. So and I've been able to maintain my weight. So this is the first diet, and I'm not going to say this is the first time I've actually done. I guess I took it as a lifestyle change because I needed to for my health. Right. It wasn't something I did just to lose weight. I did this for my health, my overall health, and that may be a big difference because people think that they just do it for their weight. Sometimes they don't take it seriously other aspects of their life. For me, because I was getting older, and I know my mother had type 2 diabetes. I have a brother that has it, and I don't want to have to go through all the stuff that they go through with it. And I said I'm not going to do that. I made a conscious decision that I wanted to live a good, healthy life. Um, so uh, So K-Elastic's on here. How are you, K-Elastic? So it's kind of the for me. So it's really been a change of different, I think, different thought or different mindset for me versus the other times too as well. But this has been the first time where I've been able to change to it. There isn't much that I have not been able to find that I can't eat or replace. So like spaghetti, there's a couple of options. If you like spaghetti, then you can eat the palm of hearts, the heart of palms, or you can have the shiitake noodles. And I knew there's a couple of other ones coming out. I saw some folks making some noodles out of the egg life wraps and different stuff of that nature too. So there's a lot of different options coming out there today. So so there isn't much that you can't have. And it actually really tastes good. So again, though, if you're buying stuff in the grocery store and if it's store bought and product made, just make sure you check the labels and make sure they're good, clean ingredients. I say clean ingredients, good, healthy ingredients. And I do eat stuff that's such as that I would not necessarily call them clean, right? So they're fitting my macros. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to use them. I don't eat them generally enough. The seasoning I used on the sirloin tip has sunflower oil in it, which is probably not the best, but it's just a seasoning. It's not really going into the meat or anything else. So but yeah, it's kind of a nice treat. And so just check them. I do try to make sure I get ingredients that are pretty good and pretty good. And generally things that are science experiments I stay away from. But I do like the Walden Farms, like their maple syrup. I like their maple syrup, and it fits into my macros, and I use it once every month or two. I may use a couple of tablespoons full. So to me, that's not really a big deal. If I was using it every day, then I'd probably go with the Primal Kitchen one, or I would go over to Shock Zero or something of that nature. I would look at theirs and try theirs. So spaghetti squash is another one. That's another really good replacement for pasta too. So I'm just too lazy to bake it and then scrape all the and then scrape the squash and all that stuff. Yeah. So, hey, 805 Barbecue Junkies on. So, you guys are going to check out a barbecue channel and you want to see some guy make some pretty amazing dishes. You got to go check out this guy. So, he actually lives in my area here in California. He doesn't live very far from me. So, he's really, really close to me. And he does some amazing barbecues. I mean, he's in a barbecue competition and just unbelievable. And he took I'm trying to think of it. In the Philippines, they have they make a pork dish, and it's pork rolled up in the pork skin, and he made a version of it as well, except his was a lot bigger and unbelievable. So he took it and you put some seasonings and stuff in the center of it, and then you roll it inside of a pork, and then you put the pork skin around the outside of it. And we actually have a small roast that's like that we got from our Filipino store that we bought a bunch of them when they were on sale and we froze them, and we take them out and the skin is just, it gets nice and crispy and oh man, when it's first cooked and the meat is so juicy and unbelievable. So, all right. So you're leaving. Have a great day. So go over and check out God Rocks 2107 channel as well. She does some amazing stuff. She's a very, very talented lady. She does a lot of knitting and sewing and needlepoint, and I'm probably saying it all wrong. So I know my daughter is a quilter and she does quilting and stuff of that nature. And then one day I made a mistake of saying a blanket, and she jumped all over me. She doesn't make blankets; she makes quilts. So yeah, so porchetta. So yeah, so they make a different version of it. I'm trying to think of what they call it. Lechon in the Philippines. It's lechon in the Philippines. It's kind of a version of your porchella. I don't know, porchella. And it looked amazing. It's something that I would aspire to get to someday that I can cook. Man, I'll tell you, if you want some really new and interesting ideas and you want to talk about cooking pork belly, or you want to cook some other really amazing dishes, some of these, the 805 barbecue junkie here, man, I'll tell you, wants me to go out and get a big barbecue pit now and stuff because of it. So, so, yeah, so there's actually, you know what, it's interesting because there's a pretty big barbecue community. Again, being keto, not necessarily using some of the traditional barbecue sauces and stuff because of the sugar and brown sugars and that kind of stuff. But you know, you can take the ideas and you can take them and adapt the sauces and stuff like that, and you can use other sweeteners in them. And Montana makes a wonderful, wonderful brown sugar substitute, and you know, they make a really nice you know, just sugar substitute itself. And there's a lot of them out there that you can use. And there's, you know, so there's nothing more keto than a piece of meat, right? It's barbecued on a grill. So, I love barbecue meat. So this is fantastic. So, hey, I've been on here for about an hour and a half. I think it's time for me to get off. My wife is probably wondering what's going on. She's probably watching. Hopefully she's watching in the other room. But I think I'm going to get off and so yeah, so some talk about the porchella. So I'll tell you, I was just amazed by it, and I've been amazed by some of the other things that he's been barbecuing as well. So like I said, that was really, really good. So I'm wondering whether we could get pork skin here. I'm sure we could. and probably especially the Filipino. We have a Filipino supermarket not very far from us, and they would probably have it either. Probably have it as well to wrap the pork in, so then slow cook it. So, but yeah, and it's best to me anyway. I found that the skin is best to eat the day that it's cooked because it's nice and crispy and juicy. After it's set for a day or two, it kind of, I don't know, not so good anymore. So the meat's still really good, but the skin is not as good. So, but all right, I'm gonna get off. It's Saturday. It's time to get out and do some other things. I gotta get my sous vide cooker going because I'm gonna try to do sous vide cook that sirloin tip today and see how that comes out. Hey, Johnny Small Pepper's on here. Hey, Johnny, how are you? So, yeah. So I think I'm gonna get off here. I have other things I got to do today as well. So, it's gonna be a beautiful day here. So we're gonna get that in there. They're eating. So Donnie and Sammy at RV there are eating mainly New York strips, 3 or 4 times a week. Wow, that's pretty good. Yeah, just to touch base on it, so we do the same thing. So we have a chest freezer as well, and we go out and we will kind of watch for the sales. And I'm a big prime rib guy or rib roast guy, so I like the fattier cuts of meat. So so those are the ones to me that are really good. So we do the same thing. I know our Kruger's here. It's actually Ralph's here, but they're owned by Kruger's, right? They actually have T-bone steaks on sale this week. So we talked about it. The sous vide cooker works well. Maybe getting a couple of the T-bone steaks. And again, we'll buy. Again, depending on how thick they are. So last time I think they had some prime rib and it was pretty thick. We'll buy 4 packages of them, and they come in a 2 or 3 in a package because they're the family size packages. So, but anyway, I'm gonna jump off here. Again, hey, hopefully you guys have a great day. Hopefully you guys, check out some of the other videos. I will do the drawing. I'm so sorry that I didn't do it live. That was the intent of this whole live, was to do that. You guys have an awesome weekend, and we will be talking to you guys soon. All right.